The day I found out my wife was cheating was the day my world shattered. But the person she was cheating with, that's what completely broke me. It was her cousin Mark, someone I'd welcomed into my home, shared meals with, and treated like family for years. It all started subtly. The late-night texts she'd quickly hide, the hushed phone calls she'd take in another room. When I asked, she'd just laugh it off. "Well, that was just Mark," she'd say. "You know how he is? Always has some family drama." I believed her. Why wouldn't I? He was family. We even went on a trip with him once, the three of us. Looking back, the signs were all there. The lingering glances, the inside jokes I was never a part of, the way they always sat a little too close. I just chose to see it as a close family bond. The suspicion started to creep in when I noticed Mark's name popping up on our shared phone bill, hundreds of texts a month. That seemed excessive, even for close cousins. I started paying more attention. I saw the way her face lit up when his name appeared on her screen, a light I hadn't seen directed at me in a long time. The final proof came from our home security camera, something we installed after a neighborhood break-in. I was out of town for a business trip, feeling a bit lonely, so I decided to check the feed, hoping to see her watching TV on the couch. And there she was. But she wasn't alone. Mark was there. They weren't acting like cousins. The kiss was what did it. A long, passionate kiss that left no room for doubt. My heart felt like it had been ripped out of my chest. I watched the recording over and over, my mind unable to process the betrayal. He wasn't just some random guy. He was someone I trusted, someone who was supposed to be family. I drove home that night, my mind a blur of anger and heartbreak. I didn't know what I was going to say or do. When I walked in, they were both on the couch, watching a movie, just like a happy couple. The sight made me sick. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just stood in the doorway and said, "The show's over." The color drained from their faces. They knew they were caught. Her excuse was that they'd always had a connection, even before she met me. That he wasn't really her first cousin, but a more distant relative, as if that somehow made it okay. She tried to cry, to apologize, but the words were empty. The trust was gone, incinerated in that one moment I saw them together on the screen. There was no going back. The woman I married and the man I called family had orchestrated the ultimate betrayal right under my nose. The divorce was messy but necessary. Cutting them both out of my life was the hardest, but also the most liberating thing I've ever done. It's a long road to healing from a wound that deep, especially when the betrayal comes from two people you loved and trusted. It's taught me that sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who can hurt you the most. It's a painful lesson, but one that has made me stronger. I'm still learning to trust again, but I'm taking it one day at a time, rebuilding my life on my own terms. Thanks for listening to my story. It helps to share.